Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's November 9th, 2012. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbano. We got the USDA WASDE numbers this morning. Let's turn over to Fire Tip to see what happened in Chicago. Corn is down 2 cents. Beans were down 44 1/4 cents. Wheat off 15 3/4 in Chicago and Kansas City. Wheat following along down 13 3/4. You know, Logan, soybeans really was the leader of the downside. Right. Let's turn over and find out what the numbers that were driving this market. As you can see here, yield was increased by about 1.5 bushels. Going along with that, production was increased quite a bit. We got a couple of demand revisions higher, but I think the number that a lot of people were focused on were those ending stocks number, moving up 10 million bushels today.
Yeah, that's right, Brock. You know, that really was the big shock to the market here. We've been talking about it for a while. The market was in general consensus that we were going to see demand get increased out of this report. I think the big surprise, though, was the increases that we saw on the production side. As you mentioned here, taken on net was about a 10 million bushel increase from the October report. You know, if we take a look a little bit deeper at these numbers, I know the bears in the market are really going to focus on this larger ending stock number and some technicals that we're going to talk about here in a moment. But one thing that we do want people to kind of keep on their radar is that in this report, the USDA did raise their projected exports going out of South America about 3 million metric tons in this report, and they raised expected Chinese imports by about 5 million metric tons. That leaves about 2 million metric tons on the table that are going to have to be sourced elsewhere besides South America, and in general, the U.S. is the only other shop in town here. There's going to be a large window of time before those South American beans reach the market here, and so we're going to have to keep an eye on export sales there. 2 million metric tons amounts to about 70 million bushels, so obviously that's a huge chunk of these already very slim ending stocks numbers here, but that's something that we're going to have to keep in mind here, keep an eye on. We're going to have to see if China comes back to the table here throughout the marketing year moving forward. Brock, I mentioned the technicals on this a little bit, not really looking very good right now from a technical aspect. Yeah,
if we take a look at the January daily chart, today we did break through a couple of key support levels. Right. The first support level that we were looking at was the low that we printed in the middle of October. The other area that we were looking at was the gap that was left in early July. We broke through both of those areas. We don't have a lot of support between there and actually $14, so we're looking at $14 as probably being the next area of support that we need to keep focused on.
Yeah, certainly. Well, we'll keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. You know, corn, not a huge mover today, only traded down 2 cents on the December contract. We did have some interesting new numbers, though, out there. Brock, you want to kind of run down what we saw there?
We did get a little bit of a bump up in yield, but that was mostly expected. Production also got a little bit of an increase. The thing that kind of shocked the market was that imports were increased by 25 million bushels, and feed, seed, and industrial use was actually increased 17 million bushels. But on net, we ended up with ending stocks up about 28 million bushels. Not a big figure there, but it was a little bit more than what the industry was expecting, but it didn't really drive the market. I think soybeans was really the star and the leader of the market today.
Yeah, certainly a big move there on the soybean complex. It's going to be really good to watch the open there on Sunday night here following a big move like this. If you want a demo, get some live quotes at your house or office there, visit us at grainhedge.com, take a demo, get some quotes going there for Sunday's night's action. You know, Brock, here, bottom line, moving forward, the production picture is starting to firm up more. The demand scenario is going to be really driving the grains right now. Outside markets as well. We talked about it here over the last couple of days with the fiscal cliff coming down the line. But the bottom line here is that export sales, EIA ethanol numbers, and NOPA data is going to be big here for the corn and soybean market moving forward. And we'll certainly keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. I think that wraps up our show here for Friday on a WASDE report day. Thanks a lot for joining us on GrainTV. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.